we've explored how caring for our relationships with new skills can stimulate the production of healthy hormones for healthy life, to create healthy aging without all these symptoms that we saw. But for that to happen, we also have to care for our bodies. As in the mind, so in the body. Our relationships can only stimulate the hormones. You have to have the nutrition and the energy to make the hormones, to make the brain function so the brain can relax and the hormones can be produced. So let me give you a little basis of understanding what I'm about to come to. Years ago, I went on a trip with my wife. This will be a driving tip for men. And my wife casually says, "John, let's look for a restaurant." Now, being from Mars, I figure, well, when we get to our destination, we'll look around for a restaurant. Now, that was an hour away. Now, what I didn't know then that I know now is that women have different blood sugar fluctuations. Men don't fluctuate in their blood sugar as rapidly as women do. And whenever a woman thinks of food, guess what's happened? Her blood sugar levels have dropped. Now, what brings her blood sugar levels back up is the release of cortisol. Cortisol actually raises your blood sugar when it drops. It raises your blood sugar so you have extra energy to run away from a bear. It's the emergency hormone. So I'm going to run away from the bear. I need quick energy. And sugar, or carbohydrates, particularly processed carbohydrates, refined foods, junk food we often call it, provides quick energy, but not lasting energy, just enough to get away from the bear. Think of a fireplace. You have the little kindling wood starts it. It's easy to light, but it burns out quickly. That's what processed carbohydrates are. They give you quick energy. You feel better right away, but then you feel low afterwards. You drop down and you need it again, and you need it again. If you can get the logs burning, what happens? You've got heat all night long. Now, how do you get the logs burning? Sometimes you need a little sugar, but you have to prepare it and set it all up, and you get those logs burning. What are the logs in our body? That's called fat burning. So our body stores fat to provide way more energy than carbohydrates in terms of lasting energy. What gets in the way of us fat burning to get twice as much energy, for both men and women, what gets in the way is elevated cortisol levels. But what is the major stimulator of elevated cortisol besides our fast-paced life that we talked about? Besides our lack of ability to stimulate the right hormones because we haven't made the adjustment to our busy lives. The other thing is the food we put in our body. What we don't realize is every time we eat processed food, blood sugar levels spike and they drop back down, cortisol goes up as if we're being chased by a bear. And you can measure now women's blood sugar levels commonly. They're going up and down all day long, all day long, all day long. And each time they go back up, guess what hormone was released? Cortisol. Now, cortisol is released in the adrenal gland. As soon as the adrenal gland releases cortisol, it stops making another hormone. And that other hormone is called DHEA for short. Complicated name, but just DHEA. It is called the mother hormone. It makes all the other hormones, basically. So if you're under stress, every time you're under stress, your body stops making DHEA. And now you have hormonal deficiency. One of the common symptoms, besides all the other hormones going down as you age, is low DHEA. And there's only one reason for it, is your adrenal gland is so busy making cortisol because we're under stress all the time that it stops making DHEA. But have you addressed the problem? No. And by addressing the problem, you're actually learning to make your life stimulate those healthy hormones so that you're able to live a long, healthy life.